Yesterday, as I said, we did questions 1, 2, 3. Today we'll do questions 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now we said we will find composite volume or composite surface area. Composite volume, we will use the formulas. But for the surface area, be careful if we have an inside wall, right? The insider faces, we don't need their areas, okay? Now we are in question 4. In question 4, we have 3 volumes, one down, right? One down, then one small up, sorry, at the middle, right? Then one up. The upper one have congruent volume of the lower one, right? Because take a look to the lower one. The lower one has length 6 centimeters and height 0.5 centimeter and width 5 centimeters, right? The upper one also, the length 6, the height 0.5, and the width 5. So they have the same dimensions. Both rectangular prisms have the same dimensions, means they will have the same volume, right? The lower, in the middle one, here you have a square. They wrote for you something like this, right? Which is the length and the width is 0.5. Means this is a square, and this is also here, same of this square, right? And it is height, the distance between the two bases is 6 centimeters. Here you have two ways. You can say volume 1 and volume 2. You can find one of them, then multiply by 2. Or you can find each one alone and add them. So I will call this volume 1, volume 2, and here volume 3, right? And the rectangular prism, we know the formula of the volume, right? What is it? Length times width times height. So let's find the composite volume here. Big V equal volume 1 plus volume 2 plus volume 3. Or you can say volume 1 and volume 3, you can find it one time, then multiply by 2. It's okay. Now this is equal length 1 times width 1 times height 1. This is for what? Plus length 2 multiply width 2 multiply height 2. For what? Volume 2, right? Plus length 3 multiply width 3 multiply height 3. And don't write length 3 like this. Not like this. You write length 3. We call it index name. Okay? Now let's just apply. This is equal down 6 by 5 by 0.5, right? 6 times 5 times 0.5 plus the second one 0.5 times 0.5 times 6. 0.5 times 0.5 times 6 plus the upper one 6 by 5 by 0.5, right? Multiply and add, the answer will be, let me just find it. Wait. 6 times 5 times 0.5 plus 0.5 times 0.5 times 6 plus 6 times 5 times 0.5. It will be 31.5, and the unit is what? Cubic centimeter, because we are in volume. This is question 4. Check your answers and copy the steps, please. Any questions about it? Yes. I said that 3 times. So 3 times I said that. You was here? What? طب I said that. غريب غريب غريب. طيب, this is question 4 done. طب let's go to question هلا 5 and 6. They want from us to find what? The surface area. Here I want you to be careful while you are looking to the graph. Okay? You need to understand the graph very well. So the graph in front of you, right? Yeah. Now in question 5, we want to find the surface area. The surface area means to find the area of all the faces that is outside, okay? Not inside. Yeah, for example, in question 5, down we have rectangular prism, right? The rectangular prism, the upper face or the upper face of it, do we need it? The upper face. The lower face on the floor, the upper face, it is inside the figure, we don't need it. Up what we have is triangular prism, right? The lower base of the triangular prism. Do we need it? Also no. They share one face, both of them. And this face is in the middle between them. So this face, we won't need it for the lower prism and we won't need it for the upper prism, right? So we will cut it from the lower and we will cut it from the upper. Do you understand? Yeah. Let's find the surface area of question 5. Now down in question 5, we have rectangular prism. I'll try to graph it, but take a look in your book, okay? Down we have what? Rectangular prism. Right. The length 10 and 1 over 16 and 1 over 4. The width 5 and 1 over 10. And the height 4.5. For this rectangular prism, I don't need this one because it is inside the figure. I want the surface area around, okay? But let's find, as we said, surface area 1 plus surface area 2, right? This is surface area 1. So the big surface area equal surface area 1 for the rectangular prism down plus surface area 2 for the triangular prism up. Let's find this one first. Down. Yeah. Now we said we have 2 length width, 2 width height, 2 height width, remember? Done. Here, focus with me. Come in. Yalla, sit down. Sit down. Now here, guys, we have 2 faces, up and down, the bases. The area of this one is length by width, right? Which is 16 and 1 over 4 multiply 5 and 1 over 10. It has congruent one here, right? But this one, I won't add it. So I will cut it. So I won't say 2 by length by width. I say length by width, 1 time, not 2. But the one to the right and the one to the left, they are included in the area. So I will say 2 multiply what? Width multiply height. So the one to the left, to the in front here, and the one on the back, they are the same. So I will say 2 by length by height. So yeah. So here the formula of this one, I'm talking about SA1 equal 2, not 2. Length by width, this by this, right? I'm talking about this one. So here length multiply plus. Now the one on the right and the one on the left. Hi. 2, why 2 here? Because both included. 2 multiply width, which is 5 and 1 over 10, multiply the height, plus the one in front and the one on the back. 2 multiply the length by height. right? Apply. After a while, I will add the upper one, don't worry. Now this is equal length by width, 16 and 1 over 4, multiply 5 and 1 over 10, plus, if this was alone, what I will put here? 2 length width, this the original formula, right? See the difference? Yeah, plus 2 by width by height. What's the width? 2 multiply width 5 and 1 over 10, multiply the height 4 and 1 over 5, plus 2 by length by height. This is the length, this is the height. 2 by 16 and 1 over 4, multiply 4 and 1 over 5. This kullu for the lower one, right? Now let's move to the upper one. Then I will add them all, I'll calculate them all, okay? The upper one, I have triangular prism. In the triangular prism, I have a triangle here and a triangle on the back, right? And take a look to the figure. It's more clear in your book. Now, here I have what? How many faces? I have the 2 triangles in front and in the back, and they are congruent. صح? So I will say 2 multiply area of one triangle to include both triangles. Got it? Then what I will have? I have the rectangle to the right and the rectangle to the left. And this rectangle on the floor, I don't need it. صح? So how many faces I will calculate for the upper one? 4 faces. The 2 triangles and the 2 rectangles. It's like a tent up, right? So here plus brackets plus. Now this, all of it for surface area 1. Now surface area mean 2. 2 multiply the area of the triangle, right? Half BH for what? For the triangle. Plus. Now the 2 rectangles to the left and to the right, they are what? Congruent. The length of, look at the one to the right, this one, this rectangle. Look at your book, guys, please. This one has, it is length 5 and 1 over 10, and it is width, this line, see it? This line is 10 and 1 over 10. It's written here. صح? 10 and 1 over 10. But the other part, it is a little bit hidden, right? In your book, تحسه هيك مش مبين كثير, صح? But it has length same of this one. See this line here, same of this, right? And this same of this, which is how much? مصر على 6 انت. ركز يا ابني, ركز. 6 is the height of the triangle. No, mister, I was talking about this rectangle here to the right, to the left as. So here, it is same of 5 over 10, right? And what is its width? Same of this, which is how much? 10 and 1 over 10, means 2 multiply area of the rectangle, right? صح؟ يلا 2 multiply area of mean rectangle. Triangle خلاص عملناه بالفirst part. Now let's apply. We said we have 4 faces, right? Up. Here we have 2 faces, and here also we have 2 faces. So we have 4 faces. Each pair of them are congruent. The 2 triangles congruent, the 2 rectangles congruent, right? And we just exclude the face at the middle from the upper one and the lower one. So here plus this, I apply it for what? The first part. Rectangular prism, right? Now the triangular prism up. Apply it, take a look in your book, in the figure, not here. Here it's not clear. Yellow. 2 multiply half multiply. Now what is the base of the triangle? the base of the triangle, same of 16 and 1 over 4, right? 16 and 1 over 4 multiply. The height of the triangle given, how much? 6. Plus, I'm done with the two triangles. With the two triangles, when I put 2, because they are congruent. But the area of the rectangle, it has length, which is same of 5 and 1 over 10. Yeah, 2 multiply 5 and 1 over 10 multiply 10 and 1 over 10. Okay, let's multiply and add. Now, if you want to use the calculator and if you don't know, some calculators you can put mixed number in, right? Others, maybe not. If you don't have mixed numbers and you want to use calculator, turn these parts to decimals. See these parts? Turn them to decimals. يعني 1 over 4 هي 0.25. So this number I will write it 16.25. Okay. I think most of you use the calculator of the mobile. Now, most of the calculators for the mobile, they are not having fractions and mixed numbers. So you need to use decimals here. So nسيت, you forget what's 1 over 4. تعملها لحال تروح تعمل على الكالكوليتر 1 divided by 4. It will be what? So in place of 0, what you will put? So this whole number will be 16.125. طيب ال 1 over 4 25. ال 1 over 10 0.1 حتكون. شو كمان في؟ ال 1 over 5 هاي 1 divided by 5, right? يعني here 0.10 here 2 صح؟ So 0.2 else بس الهاف 0.5 بس يلا let's apply. So let's multiply this number 16.25 multiply 5.2, right? اللي هي 1 over 10 plus 2 multiply 5.1 multiply 4.2, right? Plus 2 multiply 16.25 multiply 4.2 plus 2 multiply half multiply send up 16.25 multiply 6, right? Plus 2 multiply 5.1 multiply 10.1. The answer 400.7. Now, let's go to question 6, page 503. Question 6. Take a look to the book. Okay. Down we have triangular prism. We have two triangles. We talked about them, right? And we have one face at the floor, which is rectangle, right? And we have face to the right and face to the left. Let's see them. Now we have face to the right, which is the rectangle. See it? It is a length 3.5 and it is width how much? The one to the right, the small one for the triangular prism. انتوا معايا ولا لا؟ طب ما تحكوا. ها. Now down, we have rectangle like this. صح؟ And we have opposite rectangle. زيه. Rectangle. Okay? Same of this, right? At the other side. And here we have what? Small. This is triangle. I was saying rectangle, صح? Triangles. And here what we have? A small rectangle at the right. See it? Now it has length and width. What are they? They are 3.5 and 0.8. صح? This one 3.5 and this one 0.8, right? So the two triangles are congruent. ولا لا? Let's find them. So SA equal SA1 plus SA2. Okay? This is equal. Sit down there quickly. Yeah, let's start with the prism on the floor. Down. The prism, the lower one. I have two triangles, right? And they are opposite for each other and they are congruent. So this is 2 multiply half multiply the base اللي حكينا عنها 9. The height هذه لا ملهاش دخل. Okay? 0. What? With this move or this step, I'm done with the two triangles. Done? I have rectangle down the floor of the whole figure. The rectangle down the floor. صح? Down, huh? On the floor, the last rectangle down. It has length and width. What's the length? 9.035 and the width? It is one rectangle, right? Yeah, plus. Now I'm in the rectangle on the floor. 9.0 huh? 35 multiply it is width 3.5. So what I'm done until now, I'm done with the two triangles and the rectangle on the floor. Still the small rectangle to the right. It has length and width also. فاهم يا عمار؟ يلا. The rectangle on the right, what we have? 3.5 and 0. 3.5 multiply 0. With this, down how many faces we have? 4 faces. The two triangles, the rectangle on the floor, and the rectangle, the small one on the right. Hide the two rectangles, the rectangle on the floor, and the rectangle to the right. I'm done with the prism, the lower prism. Now the upper prism is easier. It's rectangular prism. How many faces we need to find? 5 faces, because the face at the middle, we don't need it, right? Now let's start with the face, the upper one, the upper face, plus the upper face, it has length 9 and width same of what? Of 3.5, صح? So we have 9 multiply 3.5. This one, it is the upper face of the whole prism. Okay? But the rectangle in front and on the back. In front and on the back, they have the same area, right? So I will add what here? 2. 2 multiply 9 by 9 multiply 3.5 plus is still what? 2 rectangles, one to the right, and they are congruent. It is length is 3.5 and it is height what also? 3.5. So here 2 multiply 3.5. The first part up for the lower prism. The second part for the upper prism. Done? Multiply and add. The whole answer is 160.6225. This is the whole answer. But the question wants us to round it to the nearest tenth. This is the tenths. Okay, the first number after the decimal, tenth. Hundredth, this two. Now, how we round it? Remember, we take a look to the next number. If the next number 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we don't add 1. If the next number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we add 1, right? So here we have 2, the next number, so we don't add 1 to the 6. So this is rounded to 160.6, right? What's the unit? Square meters. Do you understand it? Are you sure? Do you understand it, guys? Copy. What? Do it. Did you practice on? Did you practice on it? Did you try to solve it? Or are you just waiting for me to solve it for you? I'm asking you. Answer me. When I ask you a question, don't reply with other thing. Answer my question. I'm asking you. Did you try to solve it, or you are waiting me to solve it for you? What you are doing? Waiting me to solve it for you? يا مستر, you are not replying me. أنا بسألك كم الساعة بتقول لي بكرة الأحد. أنت هيك. بسألك سؤال جاوبني. Okay, I need to stop recording for this. Yeah, guys in the online, thank you. That's all.